Okay, here's some problems from CC1, DOK2. So now we have a piecewise function. G of x is defined in these three parts. It's kind of confusing on your worksheet because they wrote f when they really meant to say g. So now they're asking you to find the limit as g approaches 0, as x approaches 0 of g of x. So this is approaching 0 from the left side, and this function is approaching 0 from the right, because everything less than 0 is from the left and everything greater than 0 is to the right. So first I have to look at both sides. Limit as x approaches 0 from the left is going to be 0 squared plus 1, which is, 0 plus 1, which is 1. Limit as x approaches 0 from the right is going to be this function, negative 2/3 times 0 plus 5. 0 plus 5, which is 5. So since from the left limit is different from the right limit, the overall limit does not exist. So limit as x approaches 0 from the right, we've already figured out up here, is 5. Because in order to figure out the overall limit, you've got to look at it from the left and the right. So now, limit as x approaches 3 of this function. So notice this piece approaches 3 from the left, and this piece approaches 3 from the right. So I'm going to have to do two limits to check this. So the limit as x approaches 3 from the left is going to be negative 2/3 times 3 plus 5, which is negative 2 plus 5, which is 3. So the limit as x approaches 3 from the right is of x squared minus 9 over x minus 3. Well, this becomes the limit as x approaches 3 from the right of x plus 3 over x minus 3 over x minus 3. These cancel. So as x approaches 3, it becomes 3 plus 3, which approaches 6. So since from the left-hand side we approach 3, and from the right-hand side we approach 6, the overall limit does not exist. So now for part D, they want us to find g of 0. Which of these functions includes 0 in its domain? This is less than or equal to 0. This is only greater than 0. So we're going to use this piece of g for when x equals 0. So g of 0 is going to be 0 squared plus 1, which is 1. So when you have piecewise functions, you have to check both the left side and the right side of limits to see if the limit exists.